Grand Rapids, Michigan has one of the most underrated soccer scenes in all of America. Noted most for its college soccer teams instead of its pro or amateur soccer teams. Here in Grand Rapids, they take the beautiful game very seriously. The past, present, and future is all represented here. The earliest signs of football that we have in Grand Rapids date back to the early 1900s with the foundation of the Football League, a local soccer league with all the boys' high school soccer teams. And you have to remember, in the early 1900s, soccer was probably the third most popular sport in all of America, besides baseball and football. Basketball and hockey hadn't yet taken its toll on the American sports conscience. You look at the present day, just last week, Midwest United clinched a playoff spot in USL League 2, one of the two 4th Division leagues in America. And here in the future, there are talks of a possible 2nd Division, aka USL Championship side, coming to Grand Rapids with a brand new 10,000 seat soccer stadium right on the Grand River in the heart of Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids truly is one of the heart and souls of Michigan, if not the United States soccer scenes. What you're looking at right now is a remodeling of Zudema Field. Zudema Field, home to Calvin University Knights, the men's and women's soccer team. And the men's team is arguably, I mean, not arguably, it is the best soccer team in Grand Rapids, and it's arguably one of the best soccer teams in the entire state of Michigan. And let me tell you a little bit about their team. First of all, they're located here in East Grand Rapids. The earliest records that we have of them is in 1984. And like I said, their mascot is the Knights, and their color is maroon and gold. As you guys can see, they're reconstructing it, putting in some new seats, putting in some new dugouts too over there. 2015 was probably their best year so far. That year they went 24-1-1 and ripped off 24 straight wins en route to a national semifinal appearance. Unfortunately, they lost to Loris 1-0. So that year, their very first game, they tied, and then they ripped off 24 straight wins before unfortunately losing in the national semifinals. But they didn't take a breath the next year, because the next year they went 23-3. But this time they would go one step further to the championship game, and unfortunately they lost 1-0 to Tufts University. Tufts University is located in Boston, and it's one of the best universities for soccer in America. The very next year, in 2017, they went 21-1. So another one-loss season, and that one loss unfortunately would come in the 3rd round against Chicago University 2-0. So again, they went undefeated the entire season, 21-0-1, and then in the 3rd round, they unfortunately would bow out. And then 2018, they would go 22-2. So I mean, you're talking in a 4-year stretch, you're talking, what, 7 losses? That's incredible. And this time, again, they would lose to Tufts 2-1 in the final. 2019 again would see them with more success, going 23-2-1. So again, another 20-win season. And that one would end in the national semifinals to, again, their bogey team, Tufts University. This time though, they would get smashed 4-0. Soccer stadium and football building. I like how they put soccer first instead of football. Oh, but man, look at this. You guys can see this is pretty much where I'm standing right here, down in the corner. You guys can see all these kind of stands are going to be removed, and they're just going to put like some nice, I don't even know what that is, but yeah, with some trees. It looks like they're going to have like a little wall too. It's probably going to be elevated up a little bit. And then yeah, there's the final product. Like I said, there's the parking lot. Look at it. It's going to look beautiful. You can walk out right there. All the players will stand right there. Look, they're even going to have a scoreboard in the background. That's the I don't know if these are the locker rooms or what that is, but yeah, that's what it's going to look like when it's finally done. Yeah, I would say probably one of the finer soccer venues in all of America. Forget about Division III, in all of America. I mean, that's nicer than some D1 stadiums I've been to. Looks like a haunted house, like right through there. I don't know if you guys can see it through the trees. There's like a better, you guys can see the White House. Looks like abandoned and deserted. Doesn't look that old though. It's literally just like a quarter mile away from the soccer stadium. Right through these gates is Cornerstone Soccer Field. So I'm visiting 3 Grand Rapids stadiums today: Cornerstone, Aquinas, and Calvin. Cornerstone University plays in the 4th tier of college soccer, which is the NAIA, and they play in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. So when you hear Wolverine Hoosier, the Wolverine is for Michigan and the Hoosier is for Indiana. So all the teams are in Michigan and Indiana. Those are the type of teams that they play. The men began back in 1968, and from 1978 until 1983 they went 64, 15, and 2, including winning 17 games in 1982, which is still the most wins in a season. So shit, 1968, we're talking almost 60 years of soccer here. What was that, like 50, 56? I don't know, my math's not that good. I like those old school dugouts over there. We're gonna go check those out. This is a nice view up here of the whole stadium. In the background right there is their baseball field. And I'm not joking, like forget about any division or class in college. It's one of the nicest baseball fields I think I've ever seen. I mean, seriously, it's like a minor league baseball stadium. It's a beautiful, beautiful stadium. I know this is about soccer, but yeah, their baseball field is top notch over there. Right here is where they have won 4 regular season titles in 1993, 2006, 2011, and 2012. And they've won 2 tournament titles, 2003 and 2006. So they pulled off the double back in 2006. Probably their best year. It's not bad, 6 trophies in their nearly 60-year history. And they have won 1 tournament game in their entire history. And I'm talking about NAIA, the national tournament. And that was over Indiana Wesleyan back in 2006. So definitely their best team was 2006. They pulled a double and they got their first ever tournament win. Yeah, but here's their scoreboard right here. Unfortunately, it won't have too much to show because they have not had a winning season since 2013. Yikes. They share this field with the women's team, who got their start a little bit later in 1997. And they have 4 trophies to their name. They won 2 regular season titles in 2006 and 2010. And they won 2 tournament titles in 2004 and 2010. So they pulled off the double in 2010. They've made the NAIA tournament 3 times, but unfortunately they've never won a game. Yeah, so this is their little dugout right here. It's where the players sit. They almost look like baseball dugouts. Feels nice underneath here with the shade, even has a little ventilation. This right here, it's kind of worn out from the heat, but like I said, it's supposed to be Vegas gold and navy blue. You guys can see Cornerstone University. CU, the Golden Eagles. Kind of reminds me of like a lower league stadium in over in Great Britain or something. Not bad though. As you can see, the Aquinas College, and then there is the city, Grand Rapids, Michigan. The Aquinas Saints. AQ stands for Aquinas. They got a men's and women's team here. There's their little press box right here. It's even missing a window right there. As you can see, the colors are like burgundy and white. And their mascot is the Saints. This is where the men's team play. They got their start back in 1992. And their best time came in back-to-back seasons in 1999 and 2000s. They had their most wins, which was 19, and they won the double in both seasons. And that year they made the NAIA National Tournament, and they were regional champions. During that time in 1999 and 2001, they won 3 straight WHAC regular season titles from 1999 to 2001. But yeah, there you guys can see the little like dog's head logo right there. Or what is that? That's like the dog up in the Swiss mountains. Home of the Saints. So being that they're in Grand Rapids and being that they're in NAIA, they share a crosstown rivalry, with Cornerstone, who is just a couple miles down the road from here. And they actually used to have a rivalry with Davenport University too, but Davenport moved up to Division II after all their success in NAIA. So they have quite a few crosstown rivalries here going on in Grand Rapids. It's a good shot from the stadium, or the whole shot of the whole stadium, I'm sorry. And actually, the best team here is not the men, it's the women, who've experienced a lot of success recently. So their program began at the same exact time that the men's did, back in 1992. And they've only ever had 9 losing seasons. So they've had 20 winning seasons and 9 losing seasons. And the last few years is when they've really started to take off. So in 2023, they went 17-1-4, and they went undefeated until the NAIA quarterfinals, where they lost to the #1 ranked team, William Carey, who was also undefeated at that time. And William Carey is from Mississippi, and they lost 3-2 in an epic game. 2022, the year before that, they went 21-3-1, and at one point they had an 18-game winning streak, and again, they would lose to the #1 ranked Kaiser in NAIA quarterfinals. And then the year before that, they went 21-2-1 in 2021. So quite the success, actually. I do like the old press box, and I think my favorite thing about the stadium is just the setting in the middle of the woods.